France is the last country to win a World Cup at home. Can the United States be next? The furthest the United States have ever made it to the World Cup was in 2002 when the World Cup was played in South Korea and Japan. The United States made it all the way to the quarterfinals. On their way, they beat Mexico in that famous 2-0, but that's the furthest they've ever gone. I see it difficult for the United States to make it all the way and even win it, but I think there's still a chance because the World Cup is really difficult to win. There are a lot of good teams out there. And in this World Cup, like France, Spain, the Netherlands, Brazil, Argentina, those are really top opponents. But the advantage that the United States has is that they're playing at home all of their games. And that's a huge advantage. If the United States want to win the World Cup, they're going to have to first win the group without a doubt. If they don't win the group, the chances of them not winning go down drastically. Because when you win your group, you're going to end up playing against a third place opponent, which is typically lower level than playing somebody like Argentina, England, Brazil, a top team. So by them winning their group and topping the group, they're gonna end up securing a playing against a a third place team. Then a second reason the United States have to be at top of their group is if they end up winning their group, they're gonna be staying in a certain region, so they won't be playing all over the country or even have to go down south and play in Mexico or up north in Canada. So that's a really big advantage. So they're gonna get more rest time, and they will get more rest time, and they'll be playing in the same region, which will be huge. A second factor that the United States have in their favor is that this is probably the best team the United States has ever had in their history. More than half of the players play outside of the MLS. Most of them play in Europe. So in Europe, they compete versus better players. So they're way better. They are more equipped and more ready to play in this World Cup than they were in the past. Christian Pulisic has to play his best World Cup ever. Not only him, the rest of the team also has to play their best football ever, because if they really want to win, every player has to play their best these following games. And then another factor is that they started off really good, which is good. That was a statement win saying that the United States is here and that we are serious. They beat Paraguay 4-1, unlike Mexico, who had the opportunity to score more goals on South Africa, and they didn't. They only won 2-0. The United States did what they were supposed to do, so they started with confidence and momentum into the next match, and that's really positive. And another factor is that FIFA would rather have the host nation, like the United States, go deep into the World Cup because it keeps the interests of the people. So, for example, in the World Cup in 2002 in South Korea made it all the way to the semifinals. They had a very questionable cause go in their favor throughout the World Cup, but that's like, I'm not saying that the United States needs those helps, but a help here and there, maybe a red card and something like that, would really help them. And it's in the best interest of FIFA. The referees will have to help the United States if they want to make it deep in this World Cup. Then another factor is that FIFA and the American Federation of Soccer want the United States to make a deep run so they could spark the sport of soccer in the United States, because the last World, or not the last World Cup, but the first World Cup that was here in the United States was in 1994, created a spark that has been lit till today. If the United States make a deep run or even make it all the way to the final, it'll definitely start the next spark, and it'll create a snowball effect where more people here living will be more interested in the sport of soccer. Because right now, the only reason that they're talking about soccer right now is because it's the World Cup. If the World Cup was not hosted here, there wouldn't be so much interest as there is right now. Don't get me wrong, the sport of soccer has grown exponentially in the last 30 years since the last World Cup in 1994. In conclusion, I think the United States does have a chance to win the World Cup, but all the factors have to play in their favor. And one last factor is that in every World Cup, there's always a dark horse or a big surprise. Like in 2014, it was Costa Rica. If Costa Rica could do it, why not the United States at home? And the United States has a better team right now than Costa Rica did in 2014. So there is a chance for that to happen. Thank you for watching.